I made it. I made it. Yay. Welcome. Let me just adjust this a little bit. I think this is something like this. Welcome, Debs Cooper, global stressologist, currently in Cromwell, the South Island of New Zealand. So thanks for joining me today. Let me know if you're here watching on a replay or if you're here live. That would be awesome as well. So today we are talking about how to enhance your creative thinking. So when I came up with this topic, I started to go, what is actually creative? Because if you don't know what creative is, you're pretty much screwed. So I used to think creative thinking, or actually used to think creative was crafting. I don't know why. But to me, creative is about your imagination. Anything that lights you up, you know, when you find joy and spark, or I call glitter. So anything that lights you up, it's your imagination, anything creative. And we all have creative thinking. I'm not saying crafting's not creative. I just want to let you know that crafting is creative. It's just not my way of being creative. So we all have creative thinking, and it's just finding out what brings you your spark or your joy. So your creative thinking could possibly be different to mine, which possibly could be different to the next person. So the key here is how to enhance your creative thinking is, number one, is do not compare yourself to others. Do not compare yourself to others. Because as I said, your creative thinking could be different to mine. It may be the same, I don't know. So let me know what your creativity is. So do you actually know what your creativity is? So mine is about unblocking minds. And I've clearly made a business out of my creative thinking. So it's about unblocking minds. It's about flipping a situation around for the better, or for the good, or for fulfillment. Not just for the good, actually for fulfillment, because there's good and bad. But if you actually think about for the good, it's actually what actually brings you the real spark within. So I'm looking for what flips. I can flip the situation out of anything to what actually gives you, lights your fire and fulfillment. And it's around uplifting others and myself. And so that's where my creativity sits. So what is your creativity? Let me know. I would love to know that. That would be awesome. So for a start, you've got to know what your creativity is. And I know I said don't compare, but I'm just going to remind you again, don't compare your creativity to others, because there's so many different people in the world. And even though, like if I was to label even a business coach's creativity could be making people laugh, it could be making people smile, it could be making people money, it could be whatever it is. So you can't just label a business coach as being creative in a business coach area. There's different levels of where they're at in their creativity. So when you've figured out what your creativity is, and if you don't know what it is, let me know, because I can definitely help you with that one. Maybe I could do a Facebook Live on that, maybe, if that's something you're interested in. But now, how to enhance your creativity. So it actually depends, every day's different on different levels of where you wobble. So it depends on your sleep. If you've had a decent sleep, if you've had limited sleep, if you've had no sleep, if you've had a medium sleep, your creativity will flow or not flow or get stuck on your sleep. It will also makes a difference to what you've eaten. If you've eaten in the morning, if you've eaten late at night, if you've eaten too much, if you've eaten too little, if you've eaten a food that doesn't go down well with you, anything you've eaten. It also depends on your emotions. And when I talk about your emotions, anything that is running your mind, anything that is clogging your mind up, any highs, lows, mediums, your creativity can flow with ease, or it can be stagnant depending on your emotions of that day. So when we think about emotions, we also think about our mindset. So anything that's clogging up your mind. Now, the other key thing here is also the people around you. The people around you play a large role in your world and especially around your creativity, because there's people I hang out with that I flow easier when I talk about money, or there's people that flow easier when I talk about business or family or relationships or anything. So there's people around you, and that depends on enhancing your creativity. So let me just check that I've got this going. This is going a little bit, getting a little bit of light in there. So once we've done that, we're now going to look at how to enhance our creative thinking. So the key is to plan it out. So when I talk about plan it out, you're welcome to put it on your phone, you're welcome to type it into an Excel spreadsheet, you're welcome to put it wherever you want, but I would suggest you do pen and paper, pen, biro, or pencil and paper, and you write it, because your brain thinks differently when you use the hand movement to your brain, and you're looking and you're writing instead of typing. Now, I'm a typist and all my notes go into my phone. However, when it comes to creative thinking of planning things, I do like to write it out. Then once I've got things in some sort of order, then I can put it into an Excel sheet or notes or whatever, Word document, or all these technology things you can put it into. But plan it out. If you don't plan it out, distractions come in for your day. Other stuff comes in and takes over. Not just for that, if you don't plan it out and you don't see it actually happening, it's only just an idea in your head, and it's still not an idea in capitals. It's just, oh yeah, there's something going on there. So you must plan it out. Once you've planned it out, make time. And when I say make time, I say make time in your diary, make time with those around you, let them know that what you're doing. Make the time and put the time aside to do this, whatever you're doing, your creativity. When you have made the time, if you want to do it on a certain day and there's other things in play with that, weigh up what's the best option. Can you move that to find that, if your creative thinking or your creativity is better in the morning or lunchtime or nighttime, block it out in your diary. But if you've got other things that are going on there, see if you can move them. Sometimes I'm a morning person, sometimes I'm a night owl, sometimes I find my best work is during the day, in the middle of the day. So it just depends on what goes on in your world. I talked about sleep, eating, your emotions, those things. That actually has a large part. So don't think, just because you think actively in the morning, that it's going to be like that all the time. It just depends on sleep, eating, those around you, etc. Listen to those birds. When you have moved things to fit it in, you'll find that if things don't move easily, it means things aren't in alignment. So if you're trying to move people around, or you're trying to move appointments, or you're trying to move things that you had already had planned, and it's not moving easily, you're not in flow. And when you're not in flow, it's another way of saying that you're not in alignment and things are stagnant. So just stop. Get present and decide if this is the path you're going to take, and is there an easier way out, because we want to go through life with ease, clearly. Why would you not want to? So when you have that, I seem to be getting more and more sun on me here. I'll just move back a bit. When you have that, oh, there we go. Move back. It's lovely having the sun here in Cornwall, I'm just going to say. When you have that there, then get help on board. So when I talk about get help on board, ask people who have been through that stuff before. If you're not asking those people who have been through it before, ask somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You might have hit a wall. If you're going to get a business coach, get someone who's been through and done that stuff before. If you're going to go and run, make sure you know somebody who knows the best shoes to have, who's going to tell you the best eating pattern, you're not going to go to somebody who loves their couch and their potato chips for running advice. So find the best person for that is, and it may not be family, because we tend to go to the easiest option, but just go to somebody who you think has done it before and ask them. And ask them about, get their testimonials and say, who have you helped to do this? You don't see any of the Olympic coaches, any of the Olympic people going to the person next door for their activity? No. So find that right expert, because we know if you don't ask, you don't get. And that's the old Matthew comment, if you don't ask, you don't get. Once you've done that, it's really, the next one is such key. And do you know what the next one is? Have a guess. The next one is take action. If you're not taking action, it's just creative thinking. It's just thinking. And the key is to do creative thinking and move along from it. So if you don't take action, forget it. Okay, so once you've done that, once you've taken action, because you're clearly going to take action, give it a little bit of time and then regroup yourself and ask yourself, is this still working? Is this still working from the pattern that I was doing? What more do I need to do to lift it up a level? Do I need to bring in that business coach? Do I not need to bring in that business coach? Do I need to let that business coach go? So is it still working right here at this level? Do you want to take it up, or do you want to take it back down, or do you want to keep going sideways? It's entirely up to you. And the key is to be okay when you change direction. It's okay to stop and pause. It's okay to move on. It's okay to do anything you want. But if you don't evolve from where you are, you're going to get stagnant. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get peeved off. So it's okay to move direction. It's okay to take a pause on what you're doing. It's okay to block your diary out for you time, because it's really important to work what's best for you. And I'm not here to tell you what's best for you, because you can be sitting here watching this with your friend, but at the end of the day, you're both going to come up with two different options. You can't just both watch a movie and come up with the same thing. You're both going to see different things. Someone will see black, someone will see white, and someone will see grey. It's okay. That's what it is. Not everyone comes up and sees the same stuff. So just do what's best for you. And I think I raced through that today. That is how to enhance your creative thinking. If you have any questions you would like answered, or would like to know anything more, let me know. This is Debs Cooper signing off from a beautiful sunny day in Cromwell, New Zealand, which is between Wanaka and Queenstown. And just for you in Canada, for the people in Canada who are watching, or anywhere else around the world where it's very, very, very cold, I'm just going to be a little bit of a skite, and I'm going to show you. Oops. Can you see? Look at those. Look at that sun. Hang on if I can get my head out of it. Look at the sun. Look at that sky. And my forehead. And my forehead. So, I want to thank you for signing in today, for coming to join me. This is Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, over and out. If you would like some help with anything I've mentioned today, then let me know. Other than that, have a fabulous Friday or Thursday night if you're around the other side of the world. Thank you. See you next week.